What's going on YouTube? It's Danny Certified here back with another video, and I'm gonna do something kind of different. Let me put my glasses on first. I'm gonna do something kind of different here. People hit me up saying that they wanted to do like a tutorial on how I edit and things like that. So I'm bringing it to you all here today. I have a video that I'm actually editing for that I did last week, so that way I won't, whatever. But I'm gonna show you how I edit. So I think I did a tutorial. A couple months ago, and it was kind of shaky, but it was on it was on Lightroom. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Premiere, and I'm gonna just show you everything that I do when it comes to editing. Take some approach when you're editing because one, it saves you time. Two, it just makes you feel like you're not working your ass off. So and just walk. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right into Premiere. So come on. All right, so what I'll start off with first, as I see, this is Premiere. I already have as you can see, second quarter. So I already have everything organized as far as like the folders and things like that. So one thing that I start off with is I organize what I'm working with. So, and I'm not gonna actually edit the full video for you all. I'm just gonna show you like a couple things about it, but literally, as you can see, it's literally blank, nothing here. So it may look confusing to you, but what we do is I create bins, or you want to call folders. So what I start off with, step one, is creating the bins. Make sure everything that you have is organized. So what I usually go by is I'm just creating the bins. I usually go by like 4 bins, and when I say bins, I mean folders, so don't be confused. So with this bin, I use all bins for music / sound effects. So if I got sound effects in it, this one I usually put for sequence, which SQ, so abbreviated so you know what it is. The next one we use for video, so all video footage goes in there. And then this one I have, this one I'm not really using photos, but I'm gonna just do extra. So because you do have some times where you have like stuff you just dump in there. So extra, let me actually fix that. Okay, so these are the bins, folders, however you want to call it, that I have organized. So first things first, open sequence. Before I put any type of video or anything in there, I create me a sequence. So this here, I'm gonna name it second quarter, second Q report or whatever, because that's what's the video name, report. But this I usually just shoot 1080p, because every time I try to export, the computer that I have, I think it has problems with exporting 4K. So we're just gonna work with 1080p, 24 frames per second. You should know that if you want realistic, I don't want to say realistic, but it's motion with our eyes. Like when you do this in front of your eyes, you're seeing 24 frames per second. So movies use that, Hollywood use that. So 24 frames per second will actually get you that type of video there. All right, so we got that in there, and you can see it opened up a sequence for us. So we have everything in here, which is 24 frames per second. So any clip that we drop in here will be automatically 24 frames per second. So you don't have to worry about that. So what I do here is, in the sequence folder, I also like to put like my adjustment layer on there. Everything's gonna be set to my sequence. Also too, with that, I think that's cool enough far as that. But these are these here, you can literally, these are things you can work with. So color matte, HD bars and tones, black video. So anything that you will, use for this here, drop that in the sequence folder, okay? So boom, that's in the sequence folder. We're good, all right? So now we go to video. Nothing's in video, okay. So if you double tap this little area here, it brings up your imports, all right? Or another way you can do it is you go to File, Import, or Command I, but it pulls that up. So that's my downloads. Let's go to where we're going to import. So I already have the video and the recording. So we're going to import the video and import it. This here you can use for music also. I use a recorder for my videos. So that is separate from my actual video. So what we do here is we click import and import that. So that's the audio, as you can hear. So that's the audio, all right? And then the audio and video is imported. So that is good, so that is good. So this is how I work. As far as this here is gonna save you so much time, even with like music videos. It's gonna save you so much time. That way you don't have to kind of like sync and match the words to yourself. So what I do is command and then click. You can click two things at once. Right click and then create multi-camera source sequence. What that's gonna do is basically match the audio together from the video and the recording. So you can name it however you want to. So I'm gonna name it second Q. And then audio, mix down the tracks. This here is just leave this the same as what it is. Actually I use 24, but it don't matter what you use. You can actually use this here. That's not what the video is about, so we're not gonna go into all that. But hit OK. It thinks. It takes a little while to think, so I'm just going to let that do that because it's syncing the stuff for you together. So let it do its thing. All right, sweet. So then when that processes that, it creates a sequence, correct? So it creates a sequence. You can pull this up. Okay, this is what we have, okay? Now it has both source of audio in there. So what you want to do is once you go there, double click that to pull up in your source window. Let me see where I actually start talking. Right here. So we start talking right here. So bow. So we talking there. So I like that. So what I'm doing here is I-O on your keypad. I-N-O. I is to in, out. I is in, O is out. So as you can see, like these little small brackets right here. These small brackets, that's what I have selected. So when I hit circle, or I'm sorry, period, the period icon on your keyboard, it drops the video right there on your timeline. So whatever I just had in and out, it's in there, okay? Now notice how we have four sources of audio tracks. So also V is shortcut for select tool. What you're gonna be using a lot here is just select and C. V and C is what I use a lot, and I also use the pen tool a lot. But C and V is what you're gonna use a lot for here. So as you can see, our audio source, these two, this here is to unselect. So when you have videos, it's gonna source everything together. So when you select that one video, it's gonna select all other 4 tracks below it. So if you don't want that to happen, you just click this little button here. And as you can see, you click everything individual. So we don't want these 2 audio clips, so we can delete that. So you can tell what's easy for you to kind of identify which audio source is which is by the name of the audio source, the name of the audio. So if you look here, it says Zoom 0015 point wave, and then you got C007. C007 is the same clip, same name as the video clip. So we know that's for the video. That's from the camera. Then this here is from the H1, which I'm actually recording one on now, the H1N. So that works. So we really only need one source of audio. Okay, so you delete that, and turn it up a little bit. Perfectly sound the same. So that's how I start off with my video editing, okay? I'm not gonna do color correction and all that because that's a different video, but that's how we start with that. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is this is only 15 minutes long. one other thing too is an indicator. Now, when you're recording, now I know what my indicator is when I say and or but or some of those type of words. I know I can cut right there. A lot of times I don't want and in the video, but sometimes it kind of works. So that works. So we're gonna stop there and then watch how it flows. I can actually cut it right there. So this is another thing I want to show you all with editing it. So it's got a little break here. So I want to break right here. All right, I don't want that space. So what you do is you hit C on the keypad. Now, since we don't have everything selected, you can kind of unselect it, okay? Go back to here. Once you go back to here, it literally will slice up all of it for you, okay? And then you hit V again on the keypad, and then you just highlight over it, and then you delete the unnecessary stuff. Now I'm gonna show you the other way if you don't have it selected, because you may have this situation where you think something's broken. Unclick that. Now when you unclick that, you have to individually cut all the clips yourself. All right, it's not gonna do it for you. So when you do that, the same thing. I forgot one clip, and that's another thing too. So delete all that. We're gonna delete all that. But we already know we don't want. Then also to be careful, because this file name does change. Let me show you. So back out, we're gonna back out. And I'm using Command Z to back out, okay? You see how this is zoomed? So that's the audio source we want. But when you cut it, that's one thing with the Premiere, it can be kind of confusing. Now it don't want to change, but you saw that shit. Sometimes the audio source can be named the video, but it's actually the correct one. So make sure you pay attention to the names as well, because sometimes those freaking names change. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right. So we already know that we're not using these two. Delete that, and then delete those two sources down here as well. So, and then also a new little a trick that you can do instead of just grabbing it and dragging it over, and I overlapped here. So another way you can do it is literally just click that spot that's in between, right click it, ripple delete, bow. Okay, it does it for you. All right. So then we literally have 25-second video off of literally just doing it for like 5 minutes. And that's what I'm saying. Organization is key when doing video editing. Like, I think that's the issue with a lot of people. Video editing is kind of tough. So when you're doing videos, you want to make sure everything is organized, because if not, you will start to get aggravated, okay? So literally how I break down everything. And then as far as music, I go to soundstripe.com. I will put a description down below. It's really, really good if you don't want to get hit with copyrights. I think before, you would go to YouTube and just download a song source off of YouTube and just place that in with the video. And then sometimes you may get hit with copyrights. Soundstripe, if you're hearing this, give your boy sponsorship, man. Anyway, once you download it, we have a folder for music and sound effects. What I'm gonna do is I just download it, so I'm gonna just drop it right here in the project. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this, and actually you can do the same thing with this one. Now, one thing is, if you do the period the same way, you wanna make sure that you lock that source. It just basically, it overwrites what you already have selected on audio 1, because that's what we have selected. You can drop it in there, and then we got audio 1 on source 2, so it's gonna drop it in that. You click this here, all right? But you can literally lock that in and open this up and then drop that. Oh, it won't let you drop it because you have this selected and the lock button, so, wow. So, drop that there, and then as you can hear the song. And then so if I take this and copy it, which is Option, just literally whole Option is a copy. So hold Option and move out with your mouse key or mouse pad. I have a pad, so. But as you can see, like as far as the break, what I mean, listen to it. it don't sound like it's starting and ending. It's just like it's just continue to go. So that's what you want. So yeah, that's basically what I do when I come to editing. So organize your workflow. This sequence, I'm gonna drop this in the sequence bar because it's sequence. Make sure everything is clean. That way you can understand where everything is at. And just keep editing. Keep editing. This will save you so much time, and you will get so much more done in less time because you're organized, man. I'm gonna go ahead and finish editing this out. Like I said, man, I really appreciate you all stepping in and just taking the time out to figure out why is it taking you so long to edit. So take these tips. It's just the beginning, just to see how, and then see how your workflow goes, man. If you do take any tips from this, man, just organization, man. Make sure you organize, and your life will be so much easier, man. Let's get 25 likes on this video. Put in the comments down below, man, what's something that you find yourself, and what's taking you the longest while editing. Danny Certified. Make sure you like, subscribe. Signing out.